Story title: The Deadly Book Club by Sandu Fernando. In the quiet town of Ravenshade, nestled between foggy hills and ancient oak trees, stood Moonlight Books, an old, charming bookstore with a mysterious past. It was here that the Midnight Readers Society, a small but devoted book club, gathered every full moon to discuss their favorite mysteries. One fateful evening, the club met as usual, eager to delve into their latest selection, an obscure, out-of-print novel titled The Silent Shadows. The book had mysteriously appeared in the store a week earlier, its pages yellowed with age, yet its story oddly captivating. However, by the end of the night, one of their members was dead, slumped in their chair with the book open on their lap. The victim, Oliver Grayson, had been a historian fascinated by Ravenshade's folklore. At first, his death seemed like a tragic accident, perhaps a heart attack, but something felt wrong. When Jasmin Whitmore, the bookstore's owner and the group's unofficial leader, picked up Oliver's book, she noticed something chilling, a passage eerily describing his exact manner of death. As the town's authorities dismissed it as coincidence, Jasmin couldn't shake the feeling that the silent shadows held a deeper secret. Strange things began happening at Moonlight Books, whispers in the aisles, flickering lights, and books shifting on their own. It wasn't long before Jasmin's own abilities began to awaken. Jasmin's supernatural awakening. At first, the experiences were subtle. Visions when she read, fleeting whispers in her ear. But as she delved deeper into the mystery, her connection to the supernatural grew stronger. The words on the pages would blur and reshape, revealing glimpses of the past. When she read The Silent Shadows, she saw flashes of Oliver's last moments, including a shadowy figure lurking behind him. Jasmin woke one night to find her hand gripping a pen. The words, "He watches through the ink," scrawled on paper, though she had no memory of writing it. The books in her store began to whisper, their voices guiding her toward long-forgotten stories and hidden clues. The presence haunting the store wasn't just any ghost. It was the spirit of the book's long-dead author, trying to communicate through mirrors and glass surfaces. When Jasmin touched Oliver's last borrowed book, she was pulled into a vision, reliving his final moments but unable to see the killer's face. The ghostly revelation, determined to uncover the truth, Jasmin followed the clues left by the ghostly author. A hidden compartment in the bookstore revealed the original manuscript of The Silent Shadows, with missing pages never included in the published version. On those pages, the author had written a confession. The book was never meant to be fiction. It was a real-life account of an unsolved murder. As Jasmin pieced together the story, she realized the killer was among them. The book club wasn't just a group of mystery lovers. It included someone with a dark past they desperately wanted to keep buried. The night Jasmin discovered the missing manuscript, the murderer struck again. One of the book club members, desperate to keep their secret hidden, confronted her in the bookstore. They admitted to silencing Oliver after he found the same truth Jasmin had uncovered. Just as the murderer lunged toward Jasmin, a powerful force filled the room. The ghost fully manifested. Books flew off the shelves, the air turned icy, and an unseen force pinned the killer to the floor. Through the reflection of an antique mirror, Jasmin finally saw the full truth. The author had been murdered decades ago, and his spirit had lingered, waiting for justice. The police arrived moments later, arresting the killer. As they were taken away, the bookstore fell into an eerie silence. Then, for the first time in years, the air felt lighter. The ghost had found peace. With the mystery solved, Moonlight Books no longer felt haunted, but Jasmin's connection to the supernatural didn't disappear. Instead, she learned to embrace it. She continued running her bookstore, using her gift to help lost stories find their way to the right readers. The Midnight Readers Society remained, now dedicated to uncovering forgotten tales and celebrating the power of storytelling. One evening, as Jasmin was closing up shop, a book tumbled from the shelf. It was The Silent Shadows, but now it contained an epilogue that had never been there before. She picked it up and read the ghostly handwriting. "Thank you for listening to my story. Rest now, my friend." Jasmin smiled, knowing that some mysteries weren't meant to be feared. They were meant to be told. Not all ghosts haunt. Some just want to be heard.